I don't have a joke, but I do have a message. There once was a time when people believed that the earth was flat. That paradigm or worldview was based on an erroneous belief that temporarily diminished exploration. But a few brave souls did sail out, and they discovered that they could travel around the world and prove to everyone that the earth was round. The paradigm shifted. New vistas opened, and consciousness expanded. We still look out at the horizon, and we see the same illusion. It appears as if the earth is flat. But the belief that the earth is round is so embedded in our consciousness, we cannot be deceived by that illusion. Now, we are on the threshold of the most significant paradigm shift that humankind has ever experienced. It is the shift from the belief in two powers, a power of good and a power of evil, to the knowing that there is only one power. That power is good, and that power is God. The only way to sustain a realization of one power is to maintain a constant awareness of the presence of God. Joel Goldsmith, founder of The Infinite Way, writes, "There is only one way to find your heaven on earth, and that is through inner contact with God. All that humanhood is a sense of separation from God. All that divine being is conscious oneness with God." Today, I want to share with you a mindfulness practice which develops in you a constant awareness of God's presence. I call it a game because you play it in the recesses of your mind as you go about your busy day. No one will even know you're playing it unless you tell them. It's called Looking for Light, and here's how it's played. We keep our minds focused only on light, on good, on God, in every situation and circumstance. What will happen very quickly is quite amazing. We begin to see God everywhere. In a beautiful sunset, the twinkling of dewdrops, sunlight on water. In nature, the birds and the animals, the flowers and the trees. In people, a baby's smile, a mother's loving gaze, a caregiver's helping hands. As evidence of God and God's grace appears before us, our hearts fill with gratitude. As we continue to keep our minds searching only for light and good in God, more evidence appears. We begin to joyfully expect it. This creates a continual feedback loop of light, good God, gratitude, joyful expectation, light, good God, gratitude, joyful expectation, and by the end of the day of playing this game of looking for light, our whole energy field is so magnetized and lifted up into the vibrations of gratitude and joy that we effortlessly attract to us more things in our life that bring us gratitude and joy. Now you may ask, how is that possible? It's possible because of the natural laws of resonance and entrainment, as natural as gravity. You don't even have to know it's taking place, but it is taking place all the time. And reality entrains to our dominant emotional state. Emily Cady, author of Lessons in Truth, which is a foundational text for unity, writes, "In the deepest reality, there is never an absence of the good anywhere, for that would mean absence of God. There are two ways of arriving in our consciousness at the realization of the omnipresence of God. First, we persistently deny the reality of all seeming evil. Second, we let in the substance of all good. Everything undesirable passes away if we refuse to give it recognition by word, deed, or thought as a reality." That's a powerful statement, right? Dr. Joe Dispenza, the author of Evolve Your Brain and Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself in his newest book, The Placebo Effect, says we are reality-producing machines. He explains that thoughts carry an electric charge in the quantum field, and feelings carry a magnetic charge. When we begin thinking new patterns of thought, then new neural networks begin forming in our brain. Those thoughts generate feelings that release a chemical that imprints our cells and DNA with a vibrational frequency that's associated with those emotions. When we repeatedly think in this new way, those neural networks become hardwired in our brain, and the old neural networks begin to unravel and dissolve. When we continue to think in this new way, the chemical that's released from the feelings we're feeling becomes indelibly imprinted, that vibration, into our cells and DNA. By playing the game of looking for light repeatedly, we create new neural networks in our brain, and if we do it enough, they become hardwired, where we see God everywhere, and the vibrational frequencies of gratitude and joy become indelibly imprinted in our cells and DNA. That becomes our state of being. Looking for light is based on three beliefs. The first is that God is everywhere present, in you, in me, in all of life. Omnipresence. The second is that with God, all things are possible. All things. Omnipotence. And the third is that every event, situation, and circumstance in our life is for the purpose of evolving our soul. In other words, no matter what it appears to be, no matter how that situation makes us feel, we can be assured that there is good in it because it is evolving our soul. Omniscience. 18 years ago, I participated in a fire walking. Has anybody ever done that? A few people. I see a few hands, yes. Well, there were about 20 of us out in Floral City. A few were experienced fire walkers, but most of us had never done that before. The experienced ones had created this fire bed that was about, I guess, 25 feet long and 5 or 6 feet wide. There was a black ash on the top of it, but underneath you could see those 1,200-degree coals burning an orange glow. I knew that I could never walk on that fire bed if I thought about what I was doing. But because I knew how to meditate, I knew how to still my mind and leave it open and receptive in connection. That's what I did. We had been instructed to walk, all 20 of us, around that fire bed until we felt inclined to walk across it. We did that several times. Nobody seemed to want to go across it. Finally, one of the experienced fire walkers started across, and I noticed that immediately after he did, the second experienced fire walker walked across, and I knew that was my cue. I'm going, because I wanted to be in that no fear energy of those two experienced fire walkers, and I kept my brain still, yet open and receptive in connection. I walked and walked and walked and walked, and almost was at the very end when I lost the connection. I became distracted with what was on there. Actually, it was people looking back at me with, and I lost the connection. This fear thought popped in my head. I said, oh my God. Simultaneously with that, my foot burned and I hopped off to the side. That was a powerful experience. I realized that it wasn't the coals that burned my foot. It was the thought. It was the thought and the fear feeling that opened the doorway for the experience of my foot burning to become a part of my reality. You see that? Belief is the aperture through which spirit can work in us. Belief, our own beliefs. When we allow only the perfection of truth in our minds, it's all light, it's all good, it's all God. No matter what the appearance, we are lifting our thoughts to a higher state of consciousness and situations transform. Because reality entrains and begins to resonate with the perfect pattern of divine truth. It's all light, it's all good, it's all God. It's all light, it's all good, it's all God. Would you repeat that with me, please? It's all light, it's all good, it's all God. And once again with feeling. It's all light, it's all good, it's all God. Notice how you're feeling inside. Let's put this little game into practice. Let's say we're driving on the interstate, and all of a sudden, everything stops. It's come to a complete standstill. Nothing is moving, and we're already late for an appointment. Instead of being frustrated, what do? We take a deep breath, surrender all cares and concerns to God, and affirm, it's all light, it's all good, it's all God. Great. All right, here's another one. We're at the doctor's office. He hands us a report. It has some things on it that look a little questionable to him, and he wants to run more tests. What do? We take a deep breath. We surrender all cares and concerns to God. And we affirm, it's all light, it's all good, it's all God. Excellent. Emily Cady, from her book, How I Use Truth, writes, there is a straight white line of absolute truth upon which each one must walk to have demonstration. The slightest swerving in either direction from this line results in non-demonstration, no matter how earnest or intense one may be. The line is this: there is only God. All seeming else is a lie. All that is not God is no thing, has no existence. If we walk on this white line where we refuse to see or acknowledge anything but God, then all else disappears. Our great statement must be, there is only God. A few years ago, I was on a Positive Christianity cruise with Reverend Christopher Chenoweth. One of his people on the spiritual programming was a New Thought singer-songwriter, Bukeka Newby Scholes. I got to know her, and I said to her, I'd like to create a catchy tune, one that will get stuck in people's minds and they can just sing it. In the background of their mind, it'll be so catchy with this process of breathing, surrender, and affirming. It's all light, it's all good, it's all God. She immediately said, I'll do that for you. And this is the song that she created. Let's all sing it together with Donna.
It's all light, it's all good, it's all God. It's all light, it's all good. In every circumstance, in every situation, here's a chance to be in appreciation. Make a choice to look for the light, and everything will be alright. It's all light, it's all good, it's all God. It's all light, it's all good, it's all God. Take a deep breath, let it out slow, surrender and let go. It's all light, it's all good, it's all God. It's all light, it's all good. It's all light, it's all good, it's all God. It's all light, it's all good, it's all God.
All right. This testimonial was from Jennifer Johnston, creator of Intent Heals. She wrote, "Good morning, dear Patricia. I wanted to let you know that I am playing the game and loving every minute of it. I see light everywhere." A day later, Jennifer wrote, "So much is happening, Patricia. It's amazing when we just let go and let God do the work. It's all flowing so effortlessly and little miracles abound." Several weeks later, Jennifer wrote, "I continue to play the game, and I am experiencing a richness that is hard to articulate, but is felt as waves of energy and ripples of delight. It's as if everything is dancing in light. How incredibly delightful." A Course in Miracles says, "Be vigilant only for God and His kingdom." Well, that sums up looking for light, is that right? Be vigilant only for God and His kingdom. When we allow only the perfection of truth in our minds, it's all light, it's all good, it's all God. Our minds become the mold, the form, the template for more of God and God's grace to birth here on earth. Our minds take on an imaginal cell quality, much like the chrysalis converts the caterpillar to the butterfly. It's how our Creator intended it all along, for us to make a free will choice to become one with the divine in all life. Looking for light is a spiritual tool, a blueprint for personal and planetary transformation, which knows there is only one power. You have been given this invitation to Looking for Light, 9 Days of Play. On the back of it is an action plan. I encourage you to please go to the website, lookingforlight.net is the website, and at the top on the second page it's called The Game. Go there and you can download a free copy of the Looking for Light game. Begin to play every day. And please send me your stories. My contact information is on the back of that card too. I want to hear your experiences. The book I'm writing, Looking for Light, will be finished next year. And I would love to have your experiences.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what the world would be like if everyone's focus was held in joyful expectation for good to appear in every moment of every day? It would change our world forever. God bless you.